Today we are going to know about the octet rule, valence electrons, valency and variable valencies. Whenever an atom of an element contains 8 electrons in the valence shell, this is the most stable arrangement for any atom except helium. Helium has 2 electrons in the valence shell and known as duplet structure. Duplet is the most stable structure for the helium, except that all the elements which have 8 electrons in the valence shell, that is the most stable structure. This arrangement is known as octet. All these elements shows most stable arrangement and known as noble gases. Noble gases are also known as inert gases. Now, what is valence electron? Whenever an element has 1, 2 or 3 valence electron, in order to achieve the octet, element loses electron and the element that loses electron are known as metals. Similarly, whenever there are 5, 6, 7 valence electrons, in order to complete the octet, they can lose these 5, 6, 7 valence electrons, but it is not easy to lose. Instead, they gain 1, 2 and 3 electrons to complete the octet, and these type of elements are known as nonmetals. And when the elements have 4 electrons, it is not easy to lose or gain 4 electrons. Instead, it shares 4 electron with some other atom. Such elements having 4 valence electron is known as metalloids. All the atoms try to achieve nearest noble gas configuration. Let's take an example of sodium. This is the atomic structure of sodium. Its electronic configuration is 2, 8, 1. So, in order to complete its octet, it has to lose 1 electron. Now, it loses 1 electron and becomes sodium ion. Now, its configuration is 2, 8 and it becomes a positive ion. This is because it loses 1 electron. Now sodium loses 1 electron to have a stable electronic configuration, so sodium is a metal. This is atomic structure of chlorine. Its electronic configuration is 2, 8, 7. Now in order to complete the octet, it gains 1 electron. So when it gains 1 electron, it becomes chlorine ion. Now its electronic configuration is 2, 8, 8. Chlorine gains 1 electron to have a stable configuration, so it is a non-metal. What happens when an atom have 4 valence electrons? Let's take an example of carbon, which has 4 valence electron. It is not easy for carbon to lose or gain 4 electron. So it shares 4 electron from the other atom of an element. See this? Each hydrogen atom sharing 1 electron each with the carbon atom. In doing so, each hydrogen atom complete its duplet and carbon complete its. Now both carbon and all the hydrogen atom are stable. In case of carbon and other elements having 4 valence electron, such elements become stable by sharing electrons and hence known as metalloid. Now, what is valency? Valency is defined as the number of electrons gained, lost or shared so as to make the octet of the electron in the outermost shell. In order to attain stability, atoms tend to have an electronic configuration of the nearest noble gas. Noble gas have 8 electrons in the valence shell. In order to gain 8 electrons in the valence shell, the number of electrons lost, gained or shared by the atom is known as valency. Let's see when an element have 1 electron in the valence shell, then it loses and its valency is plus 1 or simply 1. Similarly, when there is 2 electron in the valence shell, then its valency is 2 or simply we can write 2. And for 3, the valency is plus 3 or we can write 3 only. Now, if the element having 5, 6 or 7 valence electron, then elements gain electrons and their valency is plus 3, plus 2, plus 1 or simply we can write 3, 2, 1. Now, what is variable valency? The outer shell is ultimate shell or valence shell and the inner shell is penultimate shell. Some exceptional elements can lose electrons from both the shells. When they do that, they can exhibit more than one valency and so they are known as variable valency. Let's take an example of variable valencies. Copper shows two valency, that is plus 1 and plus 2. The plus 1 and plus 2 valencies can also be shown in Roman letters. Now, copper shows two valencies. Now, out of these two valencies, which one is copper ion? It is not easy to answer it. Therefore, for elements which shows variable valency, we use a system of nomenclature. That is, the elements having lower valency get the suffix us. Hence, copper plus 1 is called cuprous and the element with the higher valency get the suffix ic. Hence, copper plus 2 is called cupric. Similarly, we see another examples. Mercurous Hg plus 1, mercuric Hg plus 2, ferrous Fe2 plus and ferric Fe plus 3. Tin, its Latin name is stannum. So, stannum, its lower valency is plus 2, hence it is called stannous and its higher valency is plus 4, hence it is called stannic.